If you like blues guitar, check out what happens when two mighty guitar players get on stage for a blues jam. All right, so this is a classic blues guitar tune called Guitar Boogie, and I love that kickoff where Tommy basically just slides into that E chord. And the idea is that you have an E5, which is just like E and B, or you could play E, B, E, and get like 3 notes there, and then you start like 1 fret down, and then you slide in on the 1. And to me, this sounds and feels like just revving up the engine. You know, it's like they're at the start of the race, and like the engines, they're just pumping them and getting going. And then they kick into this just really burning blues boogie woogie pattern. And these are things that I teach in like my essential blues guitar system. This is a classic boogie woogie pattern where you're basically, you know, using the notes in the key of E, but it's like an E6 chord. So E, G sharp, B, C sharp, E, right? And what you do is you get your strum hand alternate picking. So it's 1 and 2, and you just go back and forth. The pattern is just down, up. But these are great for practicing your control and your speed for just getting the chops up, because you're just doing a constant motion. And then they take that through the blues form. So it starts on E. Then goes to A there. And then Billy jumped in immediately with a harmony. So he wasn't just playing the same line, he was playing a harmony to what Tommy was playing. Hear it? So groovy. Tommy. Woo! All right, so he starts off with that classic. It's really a Arthur Smith, like, it's going up to the E note there, and he's just like bum bum bum. It's a great example of how just coming in like with a strong rhythm, it just always works. And Tommy plays this tune a lot, but he always kind of kicks it off with that same idea, basically, where you come up here, and then this. All that right there is classic swing vocabulary, swing blues vocabulary from like the 1930s was when that started. And there is the use of the 6th, again, when you have that note, the note C sharp in the key of E. Now, if you want to learn to play blues licks like this anywhere on the neck, then I want to give you a gift that's going to really help you out. And what it is my free blues scale PDF guide. Just go to johnmclennan.com/bluescales, and I'll show you the 5 must-know patterns so you can map this out anywhere on the neck. And these are the same patterns that Tommy Emmanuel is using, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Eric Clapton. All the blues masters use the same ones, but you got to know where they are on the neck and how to put it all together. So just go to johnmclennan.com/bluescales and grab that as my gift to you. Look at how much fun he's having. Billy. Listen to Tommy's groove. Okay, so one thing about Tommy Emmanuel is he was playing rhythm behind his brother, Phil. And so when you listen to Tommy play rhythm, he sounds like a full band. And a lot of that too is the Maton pickup, where you hit the backbeat and it sounds like a snare drum. So it's similar to like the Stevie Ray Vaughan shuffle, but it's just higher up the neck. So he's got like... So it's really killer rhythm, and what happens when someone plays really killer rhythm is everybody who's like performing on top just gets lifted. You know, when I play with the best drummers I've ever played with, when you play with someone who plays great rhythm guitar, you could see Billy is like soloing and he's just like, he's having so much fun because the backing sounds so good. And you'll find when you're in this situation, you'll actually play the best you've ever played. Like, you could be an amazing improviser, an amazing soloist, but if your backing underneath is you know, tripping you up and lagging and like bringing you down, then you're not going to feel good about what you soloed or what you played. And so it's all connected. You know, great rhythm means great solos, and you could really see that in this performance. All right, that's a classic. That's a classic blues lick there where it's like, you know, all of these players, you know, that I feature on my channel, they all speak the language, you know, and this is one thing that's like the language of the blues. It's this lick where you walk up in the key of E, you slide into the third and you go up chromatically, and blues players would do that all the time. They go, you know, it's like one of the most iconic blues licks of all time. So there you could see like Billy went into a riff and then Tommy immediately caught it and was listening, and then they had this pause together, and these are things that just happen in the moment. And one of the keys to doing that is, you know, being creative, but then also listening, right? Like Billy played that lick and then Tommy immediately like picked it up. Like he wasn't just like in his own world. Like a player who doesn't know how to play with other musicians is just gonna be like looking down and like not paying attention, and like they're gonna miss things like that. It's like having a conversation with someone and they don't really listen to anything you say. It's not fun. And so you could really see how dialed in these guys are. Let's see what people are saying. Now I know why I don't have any talent. They got it all. When Tommy invites you on stage, you know you're the real deal. Billy is absolutely the real deal. Great talent. Two of the best acoustic guitar players you'll ever see. So that's what happens when two mighty guitar virtuosos get on stage for a blues jam. Now, if you want to learn to play this way yourself, then go to johnmclennan.com/bluescales and pick up my free blues scale PDF guide. This is going to show you the 5 must-know patterns to start mapping out these blues licks and phrases anywhere on the neck, and it's completely for free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/bluescales and grab that now as my gift to you. As always, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, I think you'll really enjoy this one next.